vaccine hesitancy in this state. If we talk about this state in general, right, 40% of the state of Mississippi are African American, and there's a high degree of vaccine hesitancy in the Black American community. On top of that, it's white conservative men, and there's a high degree of vaccine hesitancy amongst white conservative men. But let me talk to you about what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing as well, because what I'm seeing this morning is folks have been lined up all the way down the street for the last couple of hours coming to get their Moderna vaccine shots. Just today, we got here early around 7 a.m. this morning. And since then, you have seen more and more folks showing up to get this vaccine. But what I'm hearing is, yes, there is a lot of hesitancy in this state, especially in this community. Let me tell you why. One of the reasons is this is a very rural community. So you see one house, and then you don't see another house for 10 miles. So you have to drive 25, 30 miles just come and get this vaccine. That is a long way for a lot of these folks, and it also costs a lot of money. This state and this neighborhood and this community in general has been hard hit by this pandemic, so that's a problem. They don't necessarily have the money to get to these places to get this vaccine. Another big reason is a lack of trust in the government. I've been hearing that a lot, and a lot of folks are just scared of getting this shot, so they say, okay, I'm already hesitant in getting this vaccine, so if I'm gonna agree to get it, I'm only going to get one. And so that's why the Johnson & Johnson pause on Tuesday has been a major blow to this community. I was actually speaking to a woman, her name is Pam Chapman. She is the head of an organization called Boss Lady Workforce. And they help try and get vaccines to some of these rural communities. And she talked to me about that day on Tuesday when we learned about the pause in the distribution of Johnson & Johnson and how it was a major blow to her efforts in getting the vaccine out. Let's take a listen to her.
Yesterday was almost like the worst day of my life. We were all excited because we had so many people committed to taking the J&J. And as soon as we informed them that they had taken it off the shelves, they panicked. Everybody left. They canceled their appointments. We had local industries that had committed to bringing their employees over to get vaccinated, and no one wanted it. That not that they just said, I don't want it. They just didn't want it, and they didn't want to take Moderna. They were out.
And so the idea now is, okay, we have to move forward with encouraging folks to get the vaccine in the community. And it's all about the ground game on a couple of different levels. First, it's about leaflets, right? It's about getting educated. It's about educating folks in the community. It's about billboards on the highways, encouraging folks to get the vaccine, where they can get it, and when they can get it. It's also about engaging church leaders, engaging folks in the community. This is the Bible Belt, after all. And so they listen to their church leaders, their pastors, their reverends in their churches to educate them and inform them and tell them where and when they can get the vaccine. So they're moving forward, despite the high levels of hesitancy in this community. They're moving forward and encouraging people to get the Moderna vaccine now until, of course, a decision is made from the CDC and the FDA on Johnson & Johnson. So that was just some of my reporting this week on the vaccine hesitancy amongst Black Americans. And while we've done a lot on the reluctance in communities of color, there's another large block of vaccine registers that we want to turn our attention to now. New polling under